You have a quiz coming up this weekend, I hear. So for the first part of class, we are going to be focusing on our grammar. So that is the order of adjectives. For the second class, we're going to work on talking about your home. So that one's important because in your oral quiz, you're going to be asked a couple of questions about what does your home look like, or what do the rooms in your home look like? So I'm going to teach you some good, useful ways to answer those kind of questions. For the third class, it's music day once again, and we're going to sing together and have some fun. Okay, so feel free to shout out and say hello if you're in the class today, so I know who's in class. Okay, so let's do the first bit of class. We're going to do some quick grammar review one more time. I just want to spend maybe 20 minutes on this because we did a bit of grammar review yesterday. So, you guys remember osas comp. You remember what this is in terms of adjective order? So, I'm going to put and plus noun at the end. So, first up, osas comp. So, O means, and feel free to write out an answer anytime, but O is, I'll start us off, opinion. And so some examples could be awful, crazy. Okay, sorry, that might be a little bit small. I'll try to write larger. Maybe I could actually spread this out a little bit. Okay, I'll make it larger. O, sass, comp. Okay, so O, like I said, is opinion. Opinion. So for words like beautiful, beautiful, or awful. S, what does that stand for again? S is size. So for example, big, small, short, tall. Okay, so I would like you guys to help me and try and fill in the rest since I kind of did the first two for you. Okay, so what does the A stand for? What do you guys think? Stands for something to do with how old or young you are. The answer is age. Very good, thank you. We got age. So feel free to give me some examples for age. I'm gonna leave this blank for now, and I'm gonna let you think of some examples. Here, let's see, osas. This is shape. So for shape, we're going to use words like, again, I'm gonna let you type out some examples to me. So think of some examples for age and for shape, and let me know. And C. C is for color. Again, give me some ideas for color. And O. O is origin. Specifically, we're talking about country usually. So please think of some examples for O. M, material. What is it made of? So again, give me some ideas. What can be used for material? And P, purpose. Purpose. What is it used for? So feel free to give me more ideas. All right, so I see someone wrote for age. We got young. Very good. Young. And yeah, we also have old. How about shape? So for example, someone wrote round. Thank you very much. Round. Square. Maybe skinny. Narrow. Wide. Those are some good examples. Thank you. And I see someone wrote out, yes, red. Yeah, red, blue, green, any color, really. And what about material? Someone wrote cotton. Cotton is good. Wooden, metal, and then purpose. So this one might be kind of tricky if you don't have a noun. So let's say the noun, for example, is boots. The stuff that you wear on your shoes. So you could say hiking boots, or work boots, or even rain boots. So that's what purpose means. What is it used for? So please remember to use this in your quiz, okay? Remember this order, because you might be asked about the order. Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit of review. This sheet here, I believe it might be in the Thursday folder. So please check your Thursday folder to see if you can find this sheet. And we're not going to do every single question today, I think. I just want to do maybe like 5 to 7 questions. So we're just going to do half the sheet. And then the rest of the sheet you can do by yourself for practice. So please pull out this sheet, the one that says word order for adjective exercise. And once again, you kind of have your word order up here. Cool. Okay, so let's do number 1. Number 1. Okay, so this is a bit different. It's not multiple choice. You're going to actually have to type out the whole phrase. So let's do the first one together. Okay, so we got my teacher, old, maths, smelly. My teacher, old, maths, smelly. Okay. Just a note, this is how we say math in England or Great Britain. In Canada, we don't usually have the S, we just say math. So it's not a spelling mistake, this is just British English they're using here. Okay, so obviously we want to change these. We want to change these 4 words. So let's first take a look at which one is the noun, because we know the noun has to go at the end. So which is the noun? Teacher, old, maths, or smelly? You can just type out the one noun if you like, and we're going to put it at the end. And yes, the answer is teacher. So teacher is the noun. So it goes over here. I'm going to write out the correct version in red. All right. Teacher. And I'm going to put my at the front. Okay. So now we have 3 adjectives. We got old, maths, and smelly. So according to adjective order, what's going to come next? Let's see. We got old, which is age. We got maths, which is purpose. And smelly, which is an opinion. So that means smelly is going to come first. My smelly. And then next, let's see, old, age, maths, purpose. Old is going to be second. My smelly, old, maths teacher. So this is the correct answer that I'm looking for. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to try and type out the whole corrected version, okay? All right, are you ready? Let's do a few more. So we're going to say goodbye to our old smelly maths teacher, or sorry, our smelly old maths teacher, if I want to be grammatically correct. Sometimes native speakers even mix up their adjective orders. So if you don't have it down perfectly, don't worry too much. but I'll try to teach you without as many mistakes as possible. Okay, number 2. Black, small, box, Turkish, old. Okay, so this is definitely longer. Now we have to put the article in order. So articles always come at the beginning. So we're gonna put A at the front. All right, now let's try and work through this. If you have the answer, just type it in at any time though. Okay, so let's see, we got black, which is color, so that's kind of in the middle. So this is probably not going to be first. Small, that's size. So that's second. So that could be next. Let's see, box, that's a noun, so it's not gonna come. So like we'll put box at the end. Box. So that's done. A is done. Turkish, origin. Where is origin? Oh, origin. And let's see, old. That is age. So let's see. That means small is going to be next because it talks about size. A small. And then, let's see, where is age? Old. So age is going to be next. A small, old, check. So next we have black in Turkish. So let's see, black is a color, color. And Turkish is an origin. So that means we're gonna say black, Turkish box. A small, old, black Turkish box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's quite a few adjectives. Okay, so that was another one we did together. Let me know if this is quite difficult and I can go over these and explain them again. This is a bit more of a challenging exercise than yesterday. So don't worry if you're struggling. Okay. Let's do number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Man. Fat. Friendly. Young. Okay. So let's see. We have 3 adjectives to work with this time, so we kind of shrunk down a little bit. We got a little bit easier. Okay, so what's going to come first? Quite obviously, we're going to have our article coming first. So we're going to say, So this typically always goes at the beginning. So, and then let's see, we have man. That is a noun, so man is going to go at the end and put a period. Fat, friendly, young. Okay, let's see. Fat is a shape, so that's going to be fourth. Friendly is an opinion, so that means we're going to say friendly next. Friendly. And, I see someone has typed out the answer and they said a friendly, fat, young man. Or sorry, a friendly, young, fat man. Yes, very good. A friendly, young for age. A friendly, young, and then shape, fat man. Now, to be honest, these two could also be switched around because sometimes like fat or skinny can be considered a size and maybe not so much a shape. So honestly, these two can be switched around and it's not too much of a big deal. In fact, usually I think I say a friendly fat young man. I think that sounds a bit more natural, but you put it like this, like don't worry, not a big deal. I think this is pretty natural and okay too. Nice job, guys. Thank you, thank you. Okie dokie. So, let's do another. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm totally counting these wrong. Okay. Tall. Our headmaster. So that means someone who kind of owns the school and runs the school. Another very British term. Okay, this is another kind of short one. Tall, our, headmaster, boring. Ooh. Okay, so what shall we do? Let's find the article. So tall, definitely not an article. Our, is that an article? Yes, it is. Our, belonging to us. So you want to put our at the beginning, big O, because it's the beginning of a sentence. And then headmaster, that is a noun. So of course, headmaster is going to go at the end. And we're going to put a little period there. So we only have 2 adjectives to work with. So do you think it's our tall, boring headmaster or our boring, tall headmaster? What do you guys think? The answer is, I see someone wrote it down, boring. Yes, our boring, tall headmaster. And why is that? Of course, because boring is an opinion. Tall is a size, so it comes later. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to move on to vocabulary and idiom reviews. Okie dokie. All right, what do we have next? Wooden, dark, a table, long. There we go. Okay. I think you guys kind of got the gist of this. So try and type out an answer to me and see if you can put this in the right order. I think it's getting pretty simple at this case, that we understand that the article always goes at the start, and then table is the noun, so it's going to go at the end. So we have 3 adjectives. We got the easy part done. Now we just got to get the difficult part done. So let's see, we got wooden. Wooden is material. Dark. Okay, this is tricky. I'd say dark, maybe color. This is kind of a tricky one. Long. Okay, so this is shape. All right, so what is our answer going to be? What do you guys think? All right, I see someone has typed out a long, dark, wooden table. And yes, that is the answer I would use. Thank you, you smart cookie, you. Yes, because dark, color, long shape, dark color, wooden material. Doi. Okay, good. All right, I think you guys might have, okay, we'll do one last one and then we're gonna wrap it up with the grammar review. Again, if you have any questions though about the grammar, please do let me know some point today, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Okay, but this is gonna be our last one because I don't wanna do the whole sheet. let's see, let's do number 7, actually. So, arts, nice, teacher, looks like it says feature, I'll fix that. French, hour. Okay. Teacher. Teacher. Okay. Arts, nice, teacher, French, hour. Okay, so let's see. Where is the article? The article is indeed hour. Hour. So we got that out of the way. And then let's look for the noun. Teacher. Okay, so teacher is going to come at the end. Our teacher. Okay, which teacher? What does this teacher do? Okay, so let's see. Arts. Purpose. Nice. Opinion. Okay, so that means we're going to put nice first. Very good. Our nice. Okay, someone has typed in the answer. Thank you. Let's take a look. They also said our nice French. So we got nice and French, because French is origin, which is up here. Our nice French. And then they put arts. Excellent. Arts teacher. So this is confusing because there's 2 different subjects, because French can be a subject at school, but most likely she is teaching art. So, and when it says French, oh, she's from France. Okay, origin. So that is the answer. All right, guys, good stuff. I think that's enough for review, for grammar anyway. So we're going to say goodbye to OSAS-Comp, but please don't forget it. Please make sure to review it. And we're going to move on to house vocabulary and idioms. So for that, maybe while I'm doing all this erasey stuff, I'm going to show you what sheets you could look at. Okay. So remember that we had like some sheets that looked like this? They had like some words on them. I think most of them are from Monday. You can feel free to take those out. You don't have to. If you feel comfortable and you don't need to look at these, that's totally fine. But if you want to, feel free to go to your Monday folder and take these sheets out. Again, not necessary. Maybe you got all the vocabulary memorized because you're just so smart. All right, so I'm gonna keep erasing while you guys take your files. All right. Okay, so I'm going to draw a picture and you have to guess what I am drawing. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. All right. What is this? What do you think this is? Take a guess. Sorry, I just gotta find something. House. Yes, it is a house. Thank you. But what kind of house? It's it's a house that's by itself. Like it's not a condo or an apartment. It starts with a D. It's a something house. So what is the opposite of attached? The opposite of attached is detached. Very good. Thank you. It is a detached house. So this means a detached house, essentially, yeah, It's by itself. It's not connected to anything. Okay, so next, I'm going to keep the house here. And I'm going to draw something over here. Woo, here's a car. Beep, beep. So the place where you keep your car, what is this called? Do you guys remember what this is called? It's a part of the house where you can keep your car safe and dry. So this word, it starts with a G. G. Let me know what you think. And yes, somebody wrote the answer is garage. Very good. Thank you. Garage. Garage. Feel free to repeat along with me and practice saying these words because you might need to on your oral quiz. So once again, this is called a garage. Okay, we got that out of the way. What else? What can we find? Okay, this is not going to be the prettiest picture, but let's just pretend. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so this is a fence. And, okay, we got a lot of grass and a lot of, maybe some flowers. And, you can have some furniture here. So, like, what is this called? What do we call this? I see somebody wrote garden. Good try, but it's not garden. I mean, you can have a garden in this area. So yeah, okay. Let's call this part the garden. But I'm talking about this entire area that surrounds the house. What is this called? It's a very short word and it starts with a Y. So this whole area that surrounds the outside, this is called a yard. Thank you. Yes, this is a yard. Something that almost everybody wants for their house. Am I right? Am I right? Especially nice in the summer. So that is a yard. How about you guys? Do you have a yard with your house? I do not, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just gonna erase the garden. Let's do another outdoor feature. It's attached to the house and you can like hang out here. Maybe you can have like a barbecue, who knows? But it's kind of attached to the house. What is this called? This has two names actually. Usually we call it like we usually say the word with the P at the beginning, but some people use a different word that starts with V. Do you guys know what these words are called? So it could be small, it could be like really big. Sometimes it's on the second floor, or sometimes you can even have it like on the first floor, like, right by the door. Like you might have some chairs hanging out here. So this is called a patio. Patio. Especially on the second floor or higher of a house, these are called patios. Sometimes though, people call them verandas. Veranda. So maybe this is more common on the first floor, but if you say patio veranda and it like you call a patio on the first floor, you call something on the second floor a veranda, that's not a huge deal, it's fine. I hear patio more often than veranda personally, but it doesn't matter which term you use. It's totally up to you. Okay. And one last little word. I'm not going to be drawing this really well. Boop, 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 boop. when you want to watch, this might not be very common anymore, but like sometimes you see these on top of houses. This was especially useful for getting good TV channels back in the day. Do you guys know what this is called? It's usually on the top of the roof of a house. It starts with an S. It's 2 words. SD. What could this be? What do you think this is? So, this is a bit of a longer word. I'm going to give you the last word, dish. So think of a dish like a dish that you eat soup out of. That's how you can remember it. It's dish-shaped, like a bowl. And I see someone typed satellite. Thank you. It is indeed a satellite dish. Now again, this might not be as common to see anymore, but you still see them around on houses sometimes. Did you guys ever have a satellite dish on your house? We never did. We never had a satellite dish on ours. Okay, so that is it for the outside of a house. Okay, if you have any questions about vocabulary or pronunciation, just let me know at any time, okay? Okay, let's see. What else? All right, let's talk about the rooms of a house. So I'm going to draw a big old house, big old detached home. It's not very even looking. Maybe it's a wonky house. It's a little bit old. That's okay. Okay. And here's the ground level. And then we're gonna put another for it. It's a big house. It's a big old house. Okay. So, what do we call this part of the house that's underneath the ground? So like, let's say this is our door, our front door is here, front door. And then maybe you can go downstairs. This area that is underneath the ground starts with a B. I'll leave it at that. And what about this floor? It's called something floor. And then here we have another floor. We can call this the something floor. And finally, this top section here of the house, not everyone has one of these. It starts with an A, and I'll let you fill in the rest of the blanks. Okay, so what is this called with the B? Any guesses, anyone? I see someone wrote basement, and that is correct. Excellent. Basement, woohoo! Okay, and then this, someone wrote first floor, and that's fine. You could say first floor, or you could even say main floor, because maybe this is where most of the stuff happens. Like you walk in, maybe your kitchen's here, maybe your living room's here. Every house is different, mind you, but this is like the part of the house where you might walk in and walk out the most. And that means this is going to be our second floor. That is correct. Second floor. And finally, oh, this forgotten place way up high is called the attic. Thank you. Somebody wrote it down. Excellent. Attic. Okay. So these are kind of the typical floors of a house. Again, it might be different. Like if you live in a condo, for example, maybe your condo has like 1, 2, 3, 4 stories or 4 floors. And again, this could be called the main floor or the first floor. Yeah. So a condo could look like this. So it's a bit different compared to a house. but you can use most of the same terminology when talking about your apartment or your condo. Aight. So what else? Let's talk about more rooms. We have, okay, okay. Let's say this is where you got a TV. You can sit down, hang out. Maybe there's some chairs here. So think about what room this is. What kind of room is this? And let's say here, you got a big old table. This is where you eat your food. So here's some chairs. So what room is this? Something room. And this is where you make the food. So I maybe got an, woo. Again, not the best drawings, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, this is where you make the food. Okay, so let's get to it. What is this room called? That is correct. It is a living room. Very good. This is where you can relax, watch some TV, or hang out with company and friends. Nice. Okay. What about this room? The room where you're eating. This is where you eat your dinner. So it starts with a D. I'm gonna write it up here because I kind of ran out of room. So this here is called that is correct, a dining room. Excellent. A dining room. All right, and finally, this one where we make the food. This is called somebody wrote kitchen. That is correct. Kitchen. This is the kitchen. All right, so we got like some of the big rooms out of the way. We're gonna do 2 more rooms. There's 2 more rooms left. The one where you sleep, and how about the one where you take a shower? This is very simplified, I know. All right, so what's this room called? And what is this room called? And I'm going to add 1 more room. We don't have much room though, get it? So I'm going to erase the living room and the dining room, and I'm gonna put a new room here. Okay, so here is a computer. Boop, 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 boop. Here's a desk. Here's a chair. Maybe there's a bookcase. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, so this is a new room as well, so you can think about that one. In the meantime, I see somebody wrote bedroom. Thank you very much. Bedroom, exactly. Okay. And what about this one? What is this called? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and the answer is bathroom. But good try, guys. Thank you for trying to answer. All right, and this last one here, what is this called? This one we touched on like really briefly on Monday, but it's a place where you might want to do some homework or do work. There's like, you usually might have a computer, a big desk, you might have a bookshelf or a bookcase with some books and stuff. This is where you do your work or your studying. So this is called, there's 2 names for it. This can be called a study. Or alternatively, this could also be called an office. Office. My family usually use this word a lot, office. Sometimes they called it the computer room, but typically these 2 words probably better to use and are more commonly used. Study, office. Do you guys have a study or an office at your home? Right now I do, and I love it. It's great to get some work done. Okay, so, all right, again, if you have any questions about the vocabulary, please let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to erase this. And hopefully you guys are understanding how to describe your home. So when you talk about your home on your oral quiz, don't forget to talk about how many floors does it have? Just one floor? Do you live in a condo? Or do you live in a detached home? Do you have 2 floors or 3 floors? Do you have a basement? Do you have an attic? What kind of rooms do you have? So don't forget to talk about that sort of stuff on your oral quiz. All right, let's see. Now, let's do I'm gonna draw some more pictures. And I wanna see if you can guess what some of these are. Okay, I'm gonna choose a few. I'm gonna choose a few from some of the sheets that look like this. And there's one that has kitchen stuff on it, I think, so take a look. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, especially these sheets here. I'm gonna be looking at these. I'm gonna try and draw a picture, and you have to guess, what is it? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do this. Whoop. Ooh. Oh my. Okay. What is this? This is not the best drawing, so I'll give you a hint. Usually you put it on the stove, and then you might get some fire. You're going to heat it up. It has a handle. So that is my first drawing. So let's say there's some food in here. You're cooking. You use it to cook. And I'm gonna draw a second picture. Feel free to guess that too. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. All right, that is my second picture. I tried my best. So, do we have any guesses for the first one? Okay, nobody has guessed what this is. That's fine because admittedly this is not the best looking drawing. Okay, so this was a frying pan. Frying pan. So this is what you use. You fry food in it. So like you're gonna cook it over the stove. I'm sorry, that was really not a very good picture. I'll try harder next time. All right, but what about this one? So I see someone has written spatula, and that is correct. Good job. Spatula. Good. So yeah, okay, so that picture worked. This one didn't. Let's never speak of my disgusting frying pan ever again. That was awful, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do a few more pictures. What do we have? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep it really simple. Done. What is it? That's it. Okay, I hope you can guess this. So, my hint is you put food on it when you want to eat. What is it? It begins with a P. So I'll leave that up to you to guess. And I'm gonna draw a second picture. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, this is sharp. Ching. You might use it to cut meat or vegetables even. It's similar to a big knife. So there we go. Not everyone has this in their kitchen, but it's really good for cutting things really well. So this one starts with a C, and I'll let you try to guess. So what did we get for this one? What do you guys think this could be? What on earth could this be? And then how about this fella here that does the cutty cut? All right, someone has written plate, and you are correct. Yay, good job. So plate. Yes, plate is where you put your food and you eat off of it. Next, can anyone guess what this is? This mystery item. What do we think? I haven't seen anyone put in any answers yet. This is a bit of a tricky one. So there's R at the end, and there's an L in there. Any other guesses, guys? Going once, going twice. And the answer is cleaver. This is a cleaver. Cleaver is used for chopping and slicing really thick, hard materials, especially good for meat and vegetables. All right. Okay. Let's do one more, and then we're gonna have a break. So, what else? Okay. Here, I'm gonna do a simple one, or I'm gonna try and make it simple. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, so this actually has two parts. This is where you keep your food nice and cool. So, I don't know, maybe you're gonna put you might put some fish in there. You wanna put meat in there too. So this is where you keep things cool. We have any ideas for that? And for this one, it's quite the opposite. This is where you make things hot. So you want to keep things cool, you want to make things hot. So I see someone has written fridge for the first answer, and that is correct. Good. We have fridge. We also call it refrigerator, but that's really long. We don't have to say that. You can just say fridge. And the top part, freezer. Good stuff, guys. Okay, so we have come up to our break now. So we're gonna come back in 10 minutes and we're gonna go over how to answer oral quiz questions. All right, have a nice break and see you in 10 minutes. Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, right, yes, okay. test check. Hi guys, and welcome back. Hope you had a nice 10-minute break there. Okay, so we are going to move along then, and we are going to talk about, where did my sheet go? Pardon me. Yes, speaking practice. So we're gonna do a bit of speaking practice, just so you get an idea of what might be coming up on the quiz. So after we do that, if we'll have time, we're gonna do some idioms, review of the idioms that we did yesterday. Okay, so let's get rid of these drawings. Bye-bye microwave, bye-bye fridge. Sorry, I forgot to erase that from the last lesson. And hello, speaking practice. Speaking practice, where we practice how to speak the words about our house. Okay, guys, so you might have this sheet. I think you should. So if you can, please pull it out so we can refer to the questions. I don't think I'm gonna cover every single question on here today, but I'm gonna try to work through most of them within the next 50 minutes. But I also wanna leave some time for quick idiom review. All right, let's hop to it. So, question number 1. What does the outside of your house or apartment look like? What does it look like? So, I'm gonna give you a little example here. So this is number 1. So, I will start with the outside of so I live in an apartment, so I'm going to put apartment. So the outside of my apartment, and then this is where you can like fill in a bunch of blanks. Let's see. What does the outside of my apartment look like? While I'm writing my answer, you guys can feel free to think and type out your answers for what the outside of your house or apartment looks like, okay? So the outside of my apartment is made of wood. So there's lots of wood, and it's painted red and yellow. It's kind of a funky looking apartment, I guess. Yeah, it's quite nice. So that's a quick description of what the outside of my apartment looks like. And what else could we say? There is a small garden. Maybe we'll say small. Oh yeah, feel free to use your adjectives here. Hello, Michelle. Welcome to class. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, and there is a cute small small garden. Bleh, lost my train of thought there. All right, there is a cute small garden surrounding the apartment. Apartment. Okay, so that's just like one example of how you can write, that you could describe the outside of your house or apartment. So be sure to talk about features like what color is your house or apartment? Do you have a garden? Do you have a yard? What else? Oh, do you have a balcony or patio? So yeah, talk about those sort of things. That's kind of how you could talk about the outside of your house or apartment. So at any point during the lesson today, please feel free to type out, you know, just type out what is on the outside of your apartment or house. Okay, oh, and feel free to practice speaking out loud at home, just so you can practice for the quiz. Good, all right, I'm gonna get rid of question number 1. If you guys have any questions about these, let me know at any time and I would be happy to go through them. Excellent. Okay. Question number 2. Can you describe each room of your house and apartment? Oh boy, this is going to be a long one. I'm just going to give you one example for question number 2. So for this one, don't type out every single room. Like, just pick one room to describe. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm going to describe my favorite room, the living room. Okay, so my favorite room in my house is the living room. So let's see, what's in my living room? It's time to describe it. It has a big black leather, remember all these adjectives I'm using? Big black leather couch that faces a big black TV. There's a lot of black in my living room. So basically this is what I've described. So here's a big black TV and there's a big black leather couch. Just pretend this is a couch. I know it doesn't look like a couch, but it's a couch. My big black leather couch. And what else is in my TV room? There is also a black bookcase or bookshelf. A small square black dining table and a black coffee table in front of the couch. Okay, so I'm gonna keep adding here. So here's my coffee table, and this is the TV. And then here we have a black bookshelf, and we have some books, we have some DVDs and Blu-rays. And then here we have our black dining room table. It's a lot of black. We need to get some more color in our living room, apparently. The floor, however, is made of wood. We have a wooden floor, so that's not black. Hooray! Okay, so I've just described one of the rooms in my house. I just described my living room. So if you are asked this question on the oral quiz, think about what kind of furniture do you have? Like, do you have couches or a TV or a dining room table? What color are they? What shape are they? Are they long? Are they short? Are they black? Are they brown? So think about the shape, size, color. You can add all this kind of stuff. You could talk about your room forever, just talking about the furniture and like what color and what it looks like. The kitchen, there was so much stuff in the kitchen. So if you talk about your kitchen, be careful not to get too carried away. Don't talk about every single thing. Like, there's pots, pans, forks, knives. Like, don't get too carried away, but do talk about it a little bit. All right, so on the quiz, I don't think you have to describe every single room. Most likely, you're probably gonna have to describe 1 or 2 rooms at least, though. Okay, so please keep that in mind. I'm gonna get rid of this. Bye-bye. Okay, goodbye living room, where I spend half of my days. It's like I live in the living room. Okay, question number 3. Do you like the place where you are currently living? Why or why not? Okay, this is a nice question. I think this is fun. So you can choose a yes or a no answer. There's no right or wrong. It's completely up to you. How do you feel about the house you live in now? So for me, I'm going to say, yes, I like where I live now. What are some reasons? Let's see. My apartment is modern, clean, and convenient. Convenient. Let's see, so it's close to some bus stops. Like, I live really close to 3 bus stops. So that's why my apartment is convenient. Additionally, in your oral quiz, try to use some of the transitional phrases. It's really nice and helps you develop fluency. Don't worry if you can't use these all the time, but try to keep it in mind. So additionally, there are some great restaurants nearby. Woohoo! Also, let's see, what else can I talk about? Also, my place has a patio where I love to spend time. So I love to be on my patio because it's outside. I can enjoy the sunshine. Sometimes I eat out there, or I might drink coffee out on the patio because I love to be outside as much as I can. So this is an example of how you could describe if you like your place or not. So how about if you don't like your place? I'm just going to give you an oral example. So let's say, no, I don't like the place where I live right now because it's old, dirty, and it smells kind of bad. Also, there are cockroaches that crawl around on the floor. It's really dirty. In addition, it's not convenient. It's very far from public transportation. Furthermore, it's a boring neighborhood. There are no good restaurants around, and the people aren't friendly. That's why I don't like the place where I live now. So that's an example of what you could say. You don't have to say exactly the same thing I did, but it's just an idea of how you could talk about a place that you really don't like to live in. Okay, we're going to move on. Again, please let me know if you want to give any more specific examples about any of these questions. All right. Oh, and one important note I forgot to mention earlier. So some people handed in their quizzes from last week, and there are 6 questions that you're supposed to answer, but some people only answered 1 question, and that's not quite what you're supposed to do. Please answer all 6 questions, okay? For the first quiz, we didn't take any marks off. We just marked your 1 answer as though it was all 6, so don't worry about it. But for this quiz this week, please answer all 6 questions, okay? And that's all I have to say. So back to our regular class. Number 4. Okay, this might be a bit tricky because maybe not everyone here has been to Vancouver. So let's do number 4 anyway though. So number 4, how are homes different in your home country compared to Canada or compared to Vancouver? So we could say Vancouver, we could say Canada, it doesn't matter. So how are homes different? This is tricky for me to give an example because Vancouver is my home, but I'll try to give an example. Okay, so I lived in Japan for a couple of years. So I'm going to compare my home in Japan to homes in Vancouver. So I'm going to pretend to be a Japanese student. Okay, so you could say homes in, so country, I'm going to say Japan, for example, are, you could say, maybe very different. Very different, or you could be like a little different, or not very different from homes in my country. Homes in Japan are a little different from homes in Vancouver. Vancouver. Okay, so for example, my home in Japan had a tatami, which is like a straw mat, straw floor, instead of a carpet. You remember what a carpet is? So carpet is like soft flooring. It's very common, especially here in the West. But my home in Japan did not have a carpet. It had tatami straw floor instead of a carpet. So say, okay. Also, what else was different? Also, the toilet and the bath were in separate rooms. This was probably the biggest difference to me because in Canada, usually the toilet is in the same room as the bath and shower. Usually the bathroom will have bath, shower, and toilet, or you might have just a toilet and that's it. But the shower room, like the bath and shower in my Japanese home, were separate from the toilet, which honestly, I think it's kind of a nice idea. It's clean, it's sanitary. Maybe we should kind of get on board and do the same thing here. How about it, Canada? Okay, so that's a quick example of how you could talk about differences between homes in your country and homes in Canada or Vancouver. What are some other things you could bring up? Oh, maybe, for example, in Japan, my place was smaller than my apartment here. Talk about size. What about yards or patios? I didn't have a patio in Japan, so I missed that. Do you have, are yards really big in your country or are they small? So there's tons of things you could talk about in terms of differences. At home, guys, feel free to practice saying these answers out loud. All right, so let's get rid of this. Farewell, home differences. I actually liked my place in Japan. It was pretty nice, except for the cockroaches. Those were kind of gross. I didn't like those. But I liked my tatami flooring. My apartment wasn't super tiny, and I loved the bath and shower room. It was great. I loved taking a bath. Okay, let's see. Oh, interesting. What are the advantages and disadvantages of homestays? You guys know what a homestay is, right? A homestay is when, say for example, you travel to another country. Let's say you come to Vancouver to study English, And then when you study English, you stay with a family in Vancouver. And they'll give you a room and a bed, and they will take care of you and give you some food and stuff. So that is a homestay. So homestays. What are the advantages? So that's the good things. And what are the disadvantages? So let's make a quick set of notes. Let's see, advantages. So maybe you speak lots of English. Speak lots of English. What else? Cultural exchange. So maybe, they're going to teach you many things about Canada, and you could teach them many things about your home country. Let's see. Oh, home cooked meals. Home cooked meals. So they're going to make food for you, usually breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's kind of nice. If you have any more advantages, type them out below and I can add them to the list. What about disadvantages? Maybe you can't have friends over, perhaps. I heard of this one. So maybe you can't invite people over, especially maybe if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, maybe they can't come over. So that could be kind of annoying. What else? Maybe you have, oof, sorry, I spelled that wrong. Curfew. Curfew. If you know what that means, wow, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with this word today and I don't know why. All right. C-U-R-F-E-W, curfew. Okay, so a curfew is you have to be home by this time. So when you were younger, for example, if you're a child or a teenager, if you play outside, maybe your parents will give you a curfew like, okay, make sure to be home by 9 o'clock tonight. So you might have a curfew. Maybe you have to be back at the homestay by 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Maybe you can't have parties. Maybe you like to party a lot and like invite a lot of friends over and be loud. So that might be kind of difficult to do if you're living with a homestay. If you have any more disadvantages, feel free to let me know and I could list them down, okay? So I'm just going to orally give you an example of how to use this question. All right. There are many advantages and disadvantages to doing a homestay. For example, if you do a homestay, you can speak lots of English with your homestay family. You can learn many local words or slangs and get better spoken English. Also, there is an opportunity for cultural exchange. You can learn more about Canadian culture, but you can also teach your own culture to your host family. Furthermore, you can get home-cooked meals. So maybe you can try Canadian cooking, or if your family is from another country, like for example, the Philippines, you can get Filipino-Canadian food. So those are the advantages of doing a homestay. However, there are also disadvantages. One is that you might not be allowed to have friends over, especially a lot of friends. So that means you can't have any big loud parties. You have to be quiet. Also, you might have a curfew. And if you have a curfew, that might mean you can't stay out late. So if you like to party a lot, a homestay family may not be the best option for you. All right, and that is one idea of how you could answer the question. I hope you're able to get a few ideas from that. So again, when you're giving answers, a few things to think about. Don't forget your intro. So when you're talking about like the question, so for example, you're doing your oral quiz. Okay, Question number 1. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages to staying with a homestay family. Okay, so that is how you can do an intro. So don't forget your intro at the beginning. And then when you're talking about your examples, make sure to use transitional phrases. Transitional phrases. So yeah, don't forget, like also, in addition, however, etc., etc., etc. There are so many different types of transitional phrases you can use. Make sure to use these in your oral quiz, because again, it's really gonna make you sound fluent. All right. And then this might not be as important, but you might want to have an outro or a conclusion. So for example, maybe my conclusion here would be, overall, there are many good things and not so good things about doing a homestay. But if you want to improve your English and learn about a different culture, then it's definitely a good thing to try. That could be kind of like an outro or a conclusion. I think an intro is more important though, so I'd maybe focus on this and maybe try to focus on this. Don't worry too much if you can't get it for every single question though. Those are my suggestions for you. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this question. How are we doing for time? All right, we're not bad, not bad. We'll get rid of this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Do you ever feel homesick? Do you ever feel homesick? This was one of our idioms from yesterday. So you remember what homesick is? So homesick is, when you're staying abroad. Like for example, you come to Vancouver. Maybe you really like it here, but maybe you miss your house, your family, your friends, and maybe you miss your country, whatever country that is, and maybe you feel a little bit sad. That is homesick. It's when you miss where you live. So, do you ever feel homesick? I'll give you sorry, I didn't mean to tap the mic there. That was probably a very loud sound. I'll give you an example. So I could say maybe, yes. So here's my intro. Yes. When I lived abroad, sometimes I felt homesick. Sometimes I felt homesick. And then you could go in a little bit deeper. You could say, for example, this is a very good transitional phrase, by the way. Very good. Remember this one. For example, sometimes I would miss certain foods. Like, let's see, cheese. I would miss cheese a lot when I lived in Japan and Thailand. Also, I would often miss being with my family and friends. Family and friends. Okay, so this is another good example of how you could answer this question. So yeah, just be sure to give a solid intro and make sure you're giving examples too. Like, why did you feel homesick? What did you miss? Did you miss your friends and family? Did you miss your pets, like your dog or cat? Did you miss some food like I did? So think about those sort of things when you're talking about homesick, being homesick, pardon me. Okay, so let's get rid of that. We're not homesick anymore. Homesick no more. Okay, now what else do we have? What are some other questions we could talk about? How many different homes? Let's see. Oh wow, how many different homes have you lived in? So this question could change a lot depending on your situation. For me, I have lived in 1, 2, 3, 4 homes, I believe. I have lived in 4 homes over my life. So from the time I was born until now, I think I lived in 4 homes. Yeah, let's see. What other things? Oh, which one did you like the best? I liked my home in Japan the best. The best because, okay, we're gonna say why. It had an awesome bathroom. So I think I told you about the bath I had. It was really big. It was very deep. It was a very relaxing place to take a bath. The toilet was in another room. I really liked that. So I could say, yeah, my bath was awesome and large. And then you could talk about more things. Also, I'm not gonna write all this out, but also my home in Japan was really close to a lot of amenities. There was a grocery store 1 minute away, walking distance. So I could just simply go out the door, walk to the store. I'd be there in 1 minute, get my groceries and take them back home. It was awesome. It was great. Super convenient. Also, there were a lot of good restaurants within like 5-10 minute walking distance. There was a lot of good food in the city I lived in, so it was really nice. Furthermore, it was flat, so I could ride my bicycle around the city. So that's why I really liked this home. This is just an example. And so you could say something similar, like talk about the rooms you like, location, convenience. Did your house have a pool? Did it have a nice view where you could see the landscape? So yeah, this is just an example of how you could answer this question. Your favorite home. All right, we're gonna get rid of this one. How are we doing, guys? Are you getting an idea of how to answer your oral quiz? How to get some good speaking ideas? Don't be afraid to reach out. And if you want to try typing out an answer to one of these questions, feel free and I'll be happy to, take a look at it and I can correct it if need be. So if you want to type something out about these questions, go ahead. I love to see students answering questions. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If you could change anything about your home or neighborhood, what would it be? If you could change anything. This would be difficult for me. Oh boy. Oh, okay. If I could change anything about my neighborhood, actually about my home, I would add a yard. If I could change anything about my neighborhood, I would add a yard. So I want a yard because so yeah, when you're answering this question, don't just say, if I could change anything about my home, I would blah, finish. Try to add a little bit more. If you just do this, I can give you some marks, but if you add more, you're going to get a lot better of a mark. So for example, I want a yard because I like gardening and I want to grow some vegetables and beautiful flowers. Also, I really want to have a dog. If I have a yard, it'll be easier for me to have a dog, and the dog will be happier if it has a yard to play in. All right, so that is my answer for what I would change about my home if I could change something. What would you guys change about your home or neighborhood? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Would you like to have a yard? Would you like to have a patio? Would you like to live in a pool? Or not live in a pool. Blah, who lives in a pool? Would you like to have a pool where you live? Would you like more restaurants in your neighborhood? That's a good one too. Maybe I'd like some more restaurants in my neighborhood. Okay, let's see. Name at least 5 important factors to consider when choosing a home. All right, so we could start off by saying 5 important, we could just say things, or things to consider when buying a home are blah, 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 and blah. Okay, we're gonna keep this answer short. We're not gonna go too much into the reasons. 5 reasons is a lot of reasons, so you don't have to explain every single reason. You could just keep it like this. So, some examples, what's important for choosing a house? For me, convenience is a big one. Convenience. Is it close to a bus stop? I don't have a car, so I have to take the bus and the train a lot. So is it close to a bus stop or a train station? What else is important? Safety. Are there lots of like scary people around there? Am I going to feel in danger when I'm walking home at night? Can I walk alone when I go home at night? Is it safe? What else? House condition. House condition. So this means, how is the house? Is it old? Or is it new? Is it falling apart? Are there bugs and mice running everywhere? If so, I might not want to rent or buy that place. That's disgusting. So how clean is it? How nice is it? Another thing is price. Oh, how expensive is this house? I can't afford something super expensive, so I need something a little bit cheaper. One more thing. If you guys have any ideas, by the way, feel free to shoot them out at me. What's another thing? And okay, I'm just gonna say restaurants. Is there like some cool restaurants nearby? Like, can I just like walk from home and go out to eat somewhere? So that could be like another important thing to consider. All right, so this is an example of how you could answer this question. Again, you can keep it shorter like this. You don't have to state the reasons why. 5 important things to consider when buying a home are convenience, safety, house's condition, price, and restaurants. That's it, finished. Okay, moving on. Erasey, 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 erasey. Okay. Next, what things in your home couldn't you live without? What do you need in your home? So you could start by saying, I couldn't live without, let's see, a stove. Let's say that. I couldn't live without a stove because I love to cook meals. Also, I couldn't live without a couch because I love to lie down while watching TV. Watching TV. Okay, so think of like maybe pick like 2 or 3 items and then talk about why you can't live with them. So this is what an answer might look like if you're talking about a few things. Don't pick more than 3 because then your answer is probably going to get really long. But I think 2 to 3 is the perfect amount. Think about like 2, 3 things you need to live with. Maybe you can't live without a bed. Maybe you can't live without a toilet. Okay, I should have put toilet. I couldn't live without a toilet. I need a toilet. Or a shower. Maybe a computer. Or maybe a cooking pot, a fridge, a freezer. You can choose any items you like. It's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay. I hope I'm not moving too fast, by the way. If I am, just let me know at any time. Okay, but we are running out of time for this second class. We got 10 minutes left. Let's see. Last one. Oh, we did get through all these. Oh my. Okay, this is a good one. This is an interesting one. How can houses be more environmentally friendly? This is a good one. Maybe tricky. So let's think about an intro. But I want you to think of ideas. Just type in any ideas about how a house can be environmentally friendly. You could just type in like 1, 2-word answers. Okay. So for example, there are many ways that houses can be more environmentally friendly. For example, so you could think of like maybe like 2 answers. So what are some ideas? What do you guys think? One idea is, let's do solar panels. So solar panels, I think I may have drawn a picture of this like last week. So here's your house. And on the roof of a house, you're going to have, it kind of looks like blackish gray squares. Like this is not a very good picture, but they kind of look like this. And when the sun shines, these can generate electricity and they can power your whole house. They're pretty cool. For example, having solar panels. So these are called solar panels. Having solar panels on your house can help produce or make clean energy. Good, yes. So instead of like getting you're getting your power from like kind of more dirty forms of energy, like not factories, like energy plants or coal gas power plants. Yeah, having solar panels on top of your house can be a great clean way to get energy, to get electricity for your house. What else? So some other ideas. How about composting? Remember composting? We talked about that last week. I think it was last week. You take food scraps and you throw them in the yard and they rot and then you make soil. Composting is another idea. What else? What's another good idea? It's difficult for me to think of an idea. So if you guys have any more ideas, please feel free, let me know. Okay, so I hope I was able to give you a good idea on how to answer these type of questions for an oral quiz. It's also good, you know, for practicing conversation in real life, because sometimes you might have these kind of discussions with your friends. So I hope this was helpful to you. Again, feel free to practice these questions by yourself at home. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is for the last 5 minutes, we're gonna go over a few idioms. We're gonna review our idioms very quickly. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And, okay, let's see, what do we have? There's no place like home. There's no place like home. All right, so what does there's no place like home mean? This means, you probably remember, but your home is a special place. There's only one place that is like home. Home is important and special. So, for example, maybe you like going on vacation, but you come back and you feel happy to be home because there's no place like home. All right, another idiom, make yourself at home. This is something that you tell to a friend maybe when they come over. So it means to make yourself comfortable. So for example, you have some friends, they come in, hey guys, welcome. Make yourself at home, sit down, get comfortable. So it's a very warm and inviting idiom that you can use when you're having friends over. All right, be home and dry. Be home and dry. Do you remember the picture I drew yesterday of the man in the rain and he's all wet? And then he gets home and he dries himself off and he's happy. So to be home and dry means that you have successfully accomplished a goal. You have got something done. So you finished like an activity, a project, or a goal. So that is what be home and dry means. Okay. Home in on. So to home in on means to get closer to your target. So you remember the radar picture I showed you yesterday? And then how like there were some hunters and they were hunting a goose. So they kind of homed in on the goose and then they're able to shoot it. So it means to get closer to your target. All right, and what else? Close to home. Close to home. So that means something feels, you hear something and it kind of hits you. Like you feel like a little bit bad or sad. So the example I gave yesterday was that maybe you have friends talking and one of their friends says, I don't know, what do you think about me? How would you describe me? I'd say you're pretty quiet and you're kind of boring actually. Oh, I'm boring. Gee, that kind of hits close to home. So that person who called you boring, they said that and you felt kind of bad and sad because it feels kind of true. You think you're boring and then if someone else calls you boring, you feel like, oh, that hits close to home. All right. Let me know if you want me to go over any of these idioms again before the end of class today. I'm going to cover one last idiom before the break, and that is home away from home. Home away from home. So this means this is not your real home. This is like a vacation or a place where you love to go and hang out. For example, my parents love to go to Whistler. But the real home is in North Vancouver. But Whistler is their home away from home. They feel comfortable here. It's like a second home to them. Okay, so we're gonna end off the class here for now, and we're gonna come back in 10 minutes. We're gonna cover like 4 more idioms for review. Then we're gonna do our music listening. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes and have a nice break. See you soon. Oh. So should I take this one now? Okay.
Thank you.
everybody, and welcome back to class. All right, we're in the last 50 minutes of this week. Weekend's almost here. We're feeling good. We got a fun song coming up in a little bit. First, we're just gonna go over these last two idioms, and then we're gonna move on to the music portion of our lesson. Fun, fun. Okay, so this idiom here, home is where the heart is. So what does that mean? It's kind of similar to there's no place like home. These are two very similar idioms. So remember, this is the theme of this week's lesson. So this week is called Where the Heart Is. So this essentially means like your home, like your house, family, friends, city, community. That is where your heart is. It's where you belong. So there's no other place in the world like this. It's a very important place for you. That's what this idiom is. So think about like if you agree with that or maybe you disagree. Like maybe some people do believe in this and some people don't. And there's no right or wrong way to think about that. Okay, and a last idiom. To get on like a house on fire. So I think I drew the picture yesterday of the house that was burning down. And it's a weird idiom because it actually means people, like two people who are getting along really well. And they have like really good conversations. They're having a lot of fun with each other. So that's what it means to get on like a house on fire. So it's kind of a positive idiom, even though the house is burning down. Weird, I know. Okay, so that is it for the idioms. I went over those really quickly, I know. If you do have questions about any of the idioms, feel free to let me know, and I can answer your questions towards the end of class today. But for now, we are going to do our music listening, which means you're going to pull out this paper here. It's called Florida, My House. Florida, Florida, My House. So this is kind of like a fun party song. Very, very, very kind of like American style. Florida, he's kind of like a pop R&B style sort of singer from the United States. I don't listen to him too much, so I can't give you too much information on him, unfortunately. But he sings songs generally. It's the kind of songs that people maybe they like to dance and party to. Maybe they'll have a few drinks. So yeah, just going to mention there is a bit of reference to drinking in here. So remember, it's a song, things tend to get glamorized. It's not a song you should take too seriously, okay? But overall, it's a pretty fun listen. It's got a nice beat. It's fun to dance to. If you feel like dancing to this song at home right now, I don't blame you. It's pretty fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to play the song. I'm going to play the whole song through one time, just so you can listen to it and get the idea. The second time I play it, I'm just gonna play a little bit so that we can fill in the blanks here, okay? So, as best as you can, try to fill in what you hear, all right? So, are you guys ready to party? We're gonna party like it's Friday night. Well, actually it is Friday night, so let's do it. This is Florida, My House.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. 'Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Me got sex through gossip, so it ain't no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go around. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go around. Welcome to my house. We gotta go, 'cause what? Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. My house.
Well, I'm looking forward to singing this later with you guys. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so that was the whole song in its entirety. What did you guys think of the song? Did you like it? How did it make you feel? Did you feel like pretty excited and energetic? Or did you listen to the song, you're like, "Bleh, don't like it"? It's totally, that's your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer to this. Yeah, so like I said, I don't listen to this type of music too often, but I kind of enjoy the beat. So yeah, let me know what you think of the song. Okay, so now we're going to fill in the first 6 blanks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to just the first half of the song again and try to fill in what you can. I'm gonna do the first half of the song 2 times, so don't worry if you don't get the answers in the first time, okay? Also, I think the volume is loud enough, but if you need it a bit louder, or if the volume is too loud, I can lower it on the music. Just let me know, okay? All right, so get your pencils ready, or your keyboarding fingers, whatever you're doing, and try to fill in the blanks here, okay? Are you ready? Here we go, once again, in 3, 2, 1.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. 'Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you've been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go around. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go around. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
Okay, so that was the first part of the song. Let's see what we can try and fill in. I'm also gonna give you guys a few hints, so don't worry if you can't quite fill in all the blanks right now. So let's take a look at number 1. It's my house, come on. Something, 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 3 words. So think about music. All right, so I'm gonna draw a picture, woo! Let's say these are loudspeakers and they're playing music. Yeah, it's like kind of like do, 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 but you can't really hear it. So, you know, so you wanna make it louder, softer. So you want to, what do you do with the music? Maybe I should have drawn a knob here. Usually it's a knob. You starts with a T, T-I-U. So think about that and fill in the blanks if you have any ideas of what this could be. You can turn it up. And Angela says, turn it up. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Angela. You got it. Turn it up. So turn up the volume. Turn it up. So yeah, that is slang, turn it up. That means like, let's make it louder, let's party, man. Good. Okay, number 2, hear something on the door. What do you think this is? I'll give you a clue. Oh, I hear on the door. What is this called? It can be a noun or a verb. Starts with a K, but it sounds like N. So I'm going to leave this up here. You hear something on the door, and feel free, if you know the answer, just type it right on in. And number 3. Okay, this is a verb. When you're thirsty and you want to have a drink, what you do is you get a cup and you something the drink. So think about this verb of what I'm doing with my drink. And we have an answer. Knock. Thank you. Well done. Hear a knock on the door. Excellent. We're on fire tonight. Okay, and then for this one, I'm just gonna put a P for the verb. When you want to drink, you p something. So feel free to fill that in. All right, something yourself a drink. And when you want to have a drink with somebody, usually you say, you clink your glasses, ding, and you say something. So let's pretend this is wine. Pardon the alcohol references, or we can pretend it's juice if there's any children in the room. Okay, so you're having some juice and you're gonna go clink. And when people clink their glasses, usually they say something. Woo! And yes, pour yourself something cold. Pour yourself a drink. And then when you pour yourself a nice cool glass of apple juice or whatever, you go clink. This is a very common thing we say in English whenever we're having a drink together. So, cheers, thank you. Yes, cheers to this. So every time I have a drink with somebody, no matter who it is, I always say cheers. It's a fun thing to do. I always do it with my friend and my family. And even with my husband, if him and I are drinking alone, we'll say cheers. Yeah, it's just fun. Good word, good vocabulary. Sometimes you gotta. All right. Okay, this one. 2 words. So it's the opposite of go out. Actually, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on this board. I'm gonna erase the cheers and turn up the music. So you can stay inside, or you can go out. Whee! So this is go out. What is the opposite of go out? The opposite, it begins with an S. It means you don't go outside. You're at home. So go out is actually, this is an idiom. So when you go out, typically it means to leave the house. You're gonna maybe go eat some food, have some drinks, meet some friends. And then the opposite is that this is also an idiom. We often say this. For example, right now, because it's COVID season, or not season, COVID times, we have to stay in. Thank you, Angela. Excellent. Yes, because of COVID-19, we have to stay in. We can't really go out anymore. So maybe this is a good song to get us through COVID times, you know? Okay, excellent. One more to go, guys. Okay, let's see if you guys heard this. Baby something something. Okay. Begins with a T, and then the other word is C. He says, baby, now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you another hint. What is the opposite of give? The opposite of give is to not give. The opposite is, I'll let you think about it, begins with a T. So the opposite of give. And then this one, I don't think I could draw it. This is a little bit too abstract. Okay, so I'm going to leave this blank for now, and we're gonna listen to the song again, and when the chorus comes, we can try and fill it out, because for the second half of this, we're gonna sing the chorus again, so don't worry if you didn't get this part. All right, good stuff, guys. I'm going to erase the first 5 questions. We don't have to go out. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I'm going to play the last half of the song. So get ready to listen, okay? We're gonna do it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Morning comes.
Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay again, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay and welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my duck off the crib, the spot, the bag. But my house is your house if you throwing it back. Excuse me, it's my home, draining the sand. Soon as these happy faces land, you can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Mi casa es tu casa, so it ain't no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. It's my house.
Okay, how did that go? I hope you're able to fill in some of the blanks here. If not, we'll give it a second playthrough. All right, you guys ready? Let's see. Oh, can we do number 6? Did you guys hear what number 6 was? I'll sing out. I'm gonna sing it out and see if you can pick up the words. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Did you hear that? Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. What did you guys hear? The opposite, remember the opposite of give is take control. Thank you. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm glad we got it. Woo! Take control now. Hooray! Okay, are you guys ready to do the rest of this? Let's tackle this stuff. Okay. Okay, so he said close the, this may have been a bit difficult to hear, but I'm going to draw a picture. Let me know if you heard the answer. Type it in anytime. Okay, so these are similar to curtains, but they're not curtains. Okay, so here's a window. When you don't want the sunshine to come in, you have these things and they kind of filter out the light. These look awful. But basically you can pull them open and close, open and close. And it starts with a B. So they're not curtains, but they're kind of similar to curtains. You can still open them, you can let the sunshine in, or you can close them and say bye-bye sunshine. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that up there. We'll listen a second time if you can't get it. Okay, next one. All right, let's continue tonight. Come on. Woo! Okay, this is a word. Starts with a C, and it's similar to party. And I see Angela has written in blinds. Thank you, good job. These are indeed blinds. Okay, so for this one, when you have a birthday party, for example, you want to get together with your friends, eat some food, maybe drink a bit, and have fun together. You want to when you graduate from school, maybe you want to get with your family, have a party to C-E. This is what you do when something really good happens in your life. You want to, okay, I'm trying to think of another word, but I'll leave it here. Just think of like parties and good things happening in your life. Okay, welcome to my duck off the celebrate. Okay, we got it. Thank you. Celebrate. Yes, celebrate, baby. Excellent. Okay, this one was these two words went by really quickly probably. So let's see if we got them. Okay, these are two slang words, like casual English. They also mean house. Okay, so welcome to my duck off the... Okay, I'm gonna draw a picture. It's something you put your baby in. It's not a jail. I know it looks like a jail, but yeah, your baby, maybe they're sleeping in here. It starts with a C. You may or may not know this word, guys, but this is where you might put your baby to sleep. So this is slang for house. And the spot, this is another slang word for house. I can't really think of a good word. Okay, so sometimes in the water, you see these floating around, and maybe this frog, this is a frog, I'm trying. The frog likes to sit on these. And what are these called? They are called lily something. Starts with a P. All right, so I've given you some hints. If you didn't pick up the words, don't worry. I'm gonna play the song again, so we'll try and get them. But maybe you got them and just let me know. Okay, next up we have home run. We're getting into sports. Okay, so this one's talking about baseball. The next one is talking about basketball. This is something you do when you get a goal in basketball. You run up to the hoop and you go, like you shoot the basket in, like you jump in. It's a sports term for basketball. Maybe famous players like Michael Jordan did this, for example. Okay, so here's the basketball hoop, whoosh. And then, whoo, here's the basketball, whoosh. This person like jumps way off the ground. This is called something, something, SD. This means to jump up and score a basket in basketball. So listen closely when we play the song next time. What could they be saying here? And all right, number 12. Okay, ain't no... Okay, this might be a bit of a tricky one. Okay, so this word is, I'm trying to think of a good way to give you some hints. I'm gonna write out the first two letters, H and B. Okay. Right now, what am I doing with this pen? What am I doing? Right now, I am ing a pen in my hand. I am ing a pen in my hand. So think about it. I'm gonna draw a little thing here. Whoosh. Let's say this is a pen. And then for this one, what is this? What part of my body is this? So think about that. Okay, so I'm gonna play this song one more time and try and fill in the rest of these blanks with all the hints I've given you guys, okay? I'm gonna play the whole song through. Are you ready? Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you've been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my duck off the grill, the spot, the bag. But my house is your house if you throwing it back. Excuse me, it's my home, draining the sand. Soon as these happy faces land, you can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Mi casa es tu casa, so it ain't no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. We ain't gotta go out, 'cause what? Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. It's my house.
Okay, good job. Thank you, Angela, for answering number 12. Ain't no holding back. That's correct. So to hold back, it's an idiom that means to stay in control, maybe be a little bit careful. So for example, let's say I'm going out with my friends. Maybe they're drinking a lot, but maybe I have to work the next day. So I hold back a little, like I don't want to drink too much because I'm going to be sick tomorrow. So I'm going to hold back. You can use it for other things too. Like maybe, for example, you're playing a soccer game and maybe you're playing with your younger sibling or with a child. maybe they're not very good at soccer. So you don't want to be too powerful and like score and win everything. You want your child to have fun, so you hold back a bit, and you let your kids score some goals and let them win as well. So that's what hold back means. To not hold back means to like let everything loose and let everything go. Yeah, so that is hold back. Nice. Okay, did we get number 9 and 10? He was singing really quickly, like he was almost kind of rapping at that point. So if you didn't get it, it's no problem. But let's see. The one that starts with C, this is where your baby sleeps. It's called a C-R. Wonder if you guys heard this. C-R. Okay, I'm going to sing the lyrics out. I'm gonna see if you can hear it and type it back to me, okay? Welcome to my duck off the crib, the spot, the pad. One more time. Welcome to my duck off the crib, the spot, the pad. So what did you guys hear? What did you hear? What do you think this is? What did you hear? And this one too. What did you hear? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and the answer is crib. That's okay. He said the word really quickly. So a crib typically refers to like a bed with bars that a baby can sleep in. Sometimes it can be used for other things too. So crib is slang for house. And also, what did you hear here? The spot, the pad. The spot, the pad. Can you type in what this is? What do you think I said here? Any guesses? Nobody? That's fine. The pad. This might be a word you don't hear too often in English. So I was hoping this would maybe give you guys a hint, but I guess it wasn't the best hint. I'm sorry. This is called a lily pad. So they're on the water and frogs like to sit on them. So yeah, pad is another slang word for house. So there's so many different ways to say house in American English. Okay, and last one. Home run. Something. So what is this called? When someone runs up and makes a goal when they play basketball. Did anyone get this? What's he doing? Okay, I'm gonna say it and see if you can pick it up. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Okay, one more time. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown, pass. Home run, slam dunk. Anyone want to type it out? Let's see. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. And the answer was slam dunk. That is okay, good try. All right, this is like sports terminology. When someone jumps high off the ground and they score a basket in basketball, it's called a slam dunk. All right, good, okay, so we finished. Hooray! Good job, team. Okay, good stuff. Now, I'm gonna teach you a little bit more American slang, so please try to look at the little box here, and we got a lot of words. Some of them are in the song, some of them are not in the song. We've got loaded, crib, wheels, flunked, screwed, trashed, grand, and airhead. Okay, so we got 8 slang words. So let's take a looky-loo. Okay, first slang, we have loaded. What does loaded mean? What do you think loaded might mean? Feel free to type in if you have any ideas. But loaded basically means to have a lot of money, like a lot of money. So, do you know any people who are loaded? They have a lot of money? I don't know anyone who's loaded personally. Not myself. Maybe my husband's uncle is loaded, but that's about it. I don't know anyone else who's loaded. Okay, we've already done crib. Crib is slang for house. So, for example, you might say, hey guys, want to go hang out at my crib? Let's have some drinks, relax. Okay, and what else do we have? Wheels. All right, so you know what wheels are? It looks like this. So it's like on your car, or you know, it might look like this. So wheels means basically it refers to a car or a vehicle. So a term you might hear often in English, like friends talking to each other, they might look at your new car and be like, whoa, sweet wheels, man. It means like, oh, nice car. So wheels is slang for a vehicle of some sort. What else do we have? Flunked, or to flunk. So to flunk means to fail. This is slang like for to fail or mess up. So for example, when I was in high school, I flunked math real bad. Want to know how much I got? I got 34% in math when I was in grade 8. I flunked math real hard. Have you ever flunked a course? Let me know. You don't have to let me know if you're ashamed. No worries. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got screwed. Okay. So screwed kind of means to be in trouble. To be in trouble. Or in a difficult situation. Difficult situation. Okay. So let's say, for example, in grade 8, I flunked math, 34%, remember? I saw my report card and I was like, oh man, I'm screwed. My parents are gonna be so angry at me that I flunked math. That's what screwed means. Have you guys ever been screwed before? That came out wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what it means. Like it means to like be in trouble or be in a difficult situation. Okay, let's get rid of loaded and let's get rid of crib. Say goodbye to our sweet wheels. And what else do we have? Trashed, okay. So trashed, this is like an adjective, but you know what trash is, right? It's garbage. So a place, sorry, ugh. It could also be a verb, yeah, to trash. Actually, this is verb form, yeah. To make a place, like someone's house, really messy. So, and I mean like, maybe you broke the lamps, the TV fell over, there's stuff spilled all over the floor, like the place is awful, you've messed it up. So if you have a big party at your home and everyone's like being wild, things are gonna get broken and really messy. Your house is going to get trashed. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever found your home trashed by like a big party, or maybe a dog, like a pet, who ran around the house and broke everything? I've never found my house trashed before, luckily. But we don't have many parties, so. Okay, what else? Grand, okay. So, unfortunately, part of my sheet got cut off. I don't know if the same thing happened to you, so I'm not sure if this is the correct way to describe it, but when I hear the word grand, It means like, oh, awesome. So maybe, for example, someone might ask me, oh, hey Mel, how was your vacation? Oh, thanks, it was really grand. Like, I had a great time, it was awesome. So yeah, I had a grand time, it was grand. And the last one, getting rid of flunk, we have airhead. So someone who's an airhead, so I'll give you like a little drawing. So think of this as like a balloon, and someone has a balloon head. So someone who has a lot of air in their head, it means like not very smart, not very bright, exactly. So someone who's a bit of an airhead, they can be kind of like ditzy, like, oh yeah, everything's great. Yeah, I like shopping. Like, that's kind of what airhead means. Yeah, maybe not like a huge amount of personality, maybe kind of stupid. Okay, so I'd like you guys to do question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do that together. All right, question number 1. Man, Jen has the sweetest, She has a huge rec room and a pool out back. What do you think they're trying to say here? Number 1. Okay, let's get rid of this mess. Okay, so number 1. Jen has the sweetest. Okay, remember, this is where a baby sleeps. It's similar to home. So the word we're looking for here is, I'll let you type in the answer. And here's the second part. Her parents must be. All right, so this part means, so like her parents have a pool, a huge rec room. So that means her parents probably have a lot of money. So what do you think is number 1? Jen has the sweetest. Oh, I see someone typed in crib. That is correct. Thank you. Jen has the sweetest crib. Excellent. Her parents must be, they have a lot of money, so they must be loaded. Thank you. Loaded. Okay. Okay, number 2. Why is Joel dating Rachel? She is such an. Okay. So this girl that Joel is dating, she's not very bright. She's kind of like, what was this again? She is such an, it's a bit of an insult. I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about it while I write out question 3. So what do you guys think? Type it in. When she something the house. Okay. And the answer is airhead. Thank you. She is such an airhead. All right. Claire's mom was so angry with her when she the house after she threw a party. Okay, so Claire threw a party. Big party, lots of people. The house is super messy now. What do you think she did to the house? What do you think the slang word is? She messed up the house a lot. Okay, and last one. A new set of, okay, I'm gonna draw. Okay, so for this one, she trashed the house. Very good. So she made the house super messy. And this last one. Rob's parents bought him a new set of, what are these called on a car? He bought him a new set of wheels. Excellent, thank you. A new set of wheels. He bought him a new car. Nice parents. Okay, so that's it for American slang. These are some words that we use sometimes, you know, with our friends. Don't use them if you don't know the people super well. Could be kind of impolite. Okay, guys, so for the last few minutes of class, you know what time it is. It's time to bust out your microphones because we're gonna sing. All right, so follow along with your handy dandy lyric sheet. Feel free to sing and dance. I'm gonna sing along with you too, okay? Are you ready? We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Open
With the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so we come on in. Make yourself at home, tell me where you've been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know where he is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down, we don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now, we don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know it, you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend the time has changed. Keep your clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come and celebrate. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We don't have to slow down, we don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now, we don't have to go out. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Up the crib, spot the path. But your house is your house if you're throwing it back. Excuse me if I'm bringing home the sass. As soon as these happy faces land, you can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Mi casa es tu casa, ain't play, no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Come to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. Bye, Angela, go, oh, oh. Welcome to my house, make the music too loud. We like what you do now, we don't have to go, oh, oh. Welcome to my house. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Good job, guys. Excellent singing. Well done. All right, I think, Angela, you may have already left the conversation. Thank you. You have a good weekend, too. As for everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday, and I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to hand in your quiz before class on Monday. Good luck, and have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.